welcome to Business Over Beer Untapped. This is the ThriveCon Edition, and I am here with Lila. Lila, I don't know your last name.
Swanberg.
Swanberg. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We met last night at the red carpet party.
I don't know your last name either.
Surratt.
Okay.
That's okay. So, Lila, what do you do and what are you doing at ThriveCon?
So that's a great question. I am a business owner. I own the Living Wellness Lounge where I practice functional nutrition and clinical herbalism. And I specialize in helping people with chronic and mysterious health symptoms finally find relief and answers that they haven't been able to find elsewhere. And I am at ThriveCon because Kimberly Keys is a beautiful human being. Awesome. And how could I miss out on such a lovely event with so many free pens?
You were talking about the free pens.
Yes.
She's like, the best part of ThriveCon? Free pens.
I mean, this one's got the stylus. They're good.
Let's talk about what made you decide to do this this is your full-time gig now.
This is my
gig.
So
what made you decide to do that?
Okay, the unabridged version is gonna go like this. So my first career, never knew what I wanted to do when I grew up.
Yeah.
Got the business degree because I didn't know what else to do. Got the master's degree in business because I didn't know what else to do.
Did you really?
I have a master's degree in business, yes.
Where'd you go to school?
So I went to Utah Valley University for my bachelor's degree. I did my master's degree online with Western Governors University. And so my first career was in software development. I worked for a solar financing company and my entire life's goal was to climb my way up the corporate ladder and make more money. I made it to Chief Technology Officer at age 26.
Oh, is that a good?
I think that's good.
I don't know.
I was at the time I thought it was good. I thought it was what I wanted. You know, I was reaching the milestones. I was making the money. I bought the house. I had the partner. I did the dogs. Yeah. And I was so unhappy. I was so miserable. And so I kind of blew up my life and I didn't know what I was gonna do or where I was gonna go. And part of my story is just I had dealt with anxiety and depression my entire life. I used to be pretty overweight and was trying to figure out like all these health things on the side. And I just started making changes and it all just kind of unfolded. And I found what makes my heart sing and what I'm called to do. And it's why I'm here today.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So you're not from Vancouver, because we are at the VIC, the Vancouver Innovation Center in Vancouver, Washington. You are not from Vancouver. You're from California, you said, right?
I'm from Southern California.
SoCal, that's
yes.
right. And so how long have you been up here?
A year.
A year?
Yeah. Yeah, it's about a year.
You like it?
I love it. I am in awe.
I remember this conversation from last night. You were saying how, because SoCal, it's like the perfect weather, right? It's like perfect.
Yeah.
But then you were like, yeah, but you don't get the seasons. You don't get to experience that. Mm-hmm. And I never thought of it that way.
Somebody told me one time that nothing grows on the beach. And that's like, in SoCal, that's what you're like, it's ease, it's status quo, it's one note. And you know, when you're living with the seasons, like they're pushing you in different directions and you have to kind of work with that. And you're getting pushed and called and doing different things. And we don't get that in California. We don't. You go to retire there. You don't go to do the things there. Yeah, yes. Maybe in 50 years I'll go back, but right now I need a little endurance and I got to do the things.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what are some challenges that you faced and maybe that you didn't expect, and how did you overcome those?
So that's a great question. Challenges with business, I'm assuming? Yeah, okay. All right. Well, I'll give you all my challenges.
Well,
So coming from working a corporate job is you know what you're doing, it's steady, and you have a team. I think one of the biggest jarring things for me becoming an entrepreneur is like, it's you. You don't have a team. You're on your own, and you have to figure out how to do all the things on your own without that support system. And I think that was a really just kind of like eye-opening moment where I'm like, I don't have the assistant and the team and the people and the higher ups, and it's like it's just me, which is nice, but it's like also kind of lonely. Yeah. And I think that's one thing that I have been trying to round out and figure out.
Yeah, well, that's why we started Passages to Success, was because of that feeling of just being being your own boss and wearing all the hats.
Yes.
And it can be overwhelming, and you can feel like you sometimes, well, that's when imposter syndrome can come in, and it can tell you that you're not doing it right, or why did you do this, or get out of it, just go back to what you used to do. It's easy to do that. That's why so many people don't succeed in this. It's hard to do.
Yes.
And they don't tell you anything about being a small business. You can read a book, but they don't tell you about getting a team around you. They just don't.
I mean, I have degrees in business and worked in business, but like going out on your own is completely different and will push you to grow in ways like you never thought possible.
Yeah. Like the seasons.
The seasons.
The 4 seasons of business. Oh my goodness.
Oh, spinoff?
Oh, write that down. The 4 seasons. I like
that.
4 seasons of small business ownership. Oh, I love that. Cool.
Good.
What else do you want to talk about? So, how do you heal people?
How do I heal people?
Yeah.
Well, that's an interesting question. I don't consider myself a healer, and I'll tell you why. Your body does the healing. I am here to guide you, educate you, empower you, point you in what the direction you should go. But our bodies are designed to heal themselves. And unfortunately, we live in ways that bring us out of balance. And my goal when working with people is to bring them back into balance. So I have a very individualized approach, and I meet people with where they are and what's going on in their lives and all of that versus I have a disease, this disease needs to get treated. I have a completely different approach than most people are used to, but I look at individuals and what they need to come back into balance. And I do that through herbs, lifestyle, yoga therapies, and functional nutrition.
I love that.
Me too.
Yeah. You should listen to Dr. Aaron.
Okay.
He's here today.
I met him last night. We're supposed to connect.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. You should connect with him.
Yeah.
Because I think you guys have a lot in common, and you could learn a lot from him, and maybe he could learn a little bit from you. I'm serious.
Yeah. No, I love that. Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
We got a little bit more time.
Oh, okay.
So let me ask you this question: when you first got your first patient, okay, you got your first patient, was it everything that you thought it was going to be? Like, were you like, oh yeah, elated, I got my first client, but then it's like reality hits. Was it an oh shit moment? Like, oh boy, now I gotta really do stuff. I gotta perform.
Yeah, I gotta perform. That's a great question. And my answer is no, because I took a route where while I was in school studying, I worked on whoever I could. Like friends, family, like let me at it, let me help you. And I started with little small things or like my mom was having dysmenorrhea. She was just having all these issues, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna try herbs. And so like I eased into it, helping people I knew in a safe way. And then I did an internship where I brought in my own clients and worked with them under a mentor. And that just like, just literally just expedited all my learning and my confidence and my practitioner skills. And so when it came to do the real thing, I felt ready. I felt like I had the tools, I have support systems, I have the resources, I have the modalities. I felt really good going out and doing it on my own at that point because of all the prep work I did.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yes.
So how many do you have now?
How many clients?
Yeah.
Oh, I'd have to count.
Do you have a lot?
No, not that many, but
if you have to count them, that's pretty good.
Well, I don't keep track. I don't know. I think I have like maybe 7 or 8 active clients right now.
That's good.
Yeah.
For only a year doing it?
Yeah, we're new. Yeah. Yes.
That's really good.
Yeah.
And your goal, like, is to make sure they're not overall, right? Isn't that kind of?
Yes. Yes. The more crooked people come to you, the more time it's going to take for them to undo the things.
Right.
But my goal is education and empowerment and sustainability. And it's not sustainable to always have to work with someone actively. So eventually, yes, my hope is that people come into balance and maybe come see me every once in a while for a check-in.
Love that.
Yes, absolutely.
So a lot of our listeners and viewers are, of course, entrepreneurs, small business owners. And unfortunately, they're great people, but they put themselves last. They do.
Yes.
So what's one thing just one thing they can do every day to help, become a healthier business?
There's so many things, but if I had to pick one,
Just one.
I'm gonna give you something free, cheap, easy. Well, free and cheap, it's free.
Yep.
Something just easy that you can start incorporating now, and that is to take a few minutes during your morning routine and meditate, or do some breath work, or just sit with yourself in silence. But take time to find your grounding and center yourself before you go out into the day. Our mornings are a time where we can like put on our armor for the day and protect ourselves from all the things we go through, all the energies, all the stressors. If we have a way to go into it more grounded and more centered, we're gonna be able to navigate anything that comes at us with so much more ease. So take time in your morning routine before you open your email, before you expose yourself to outside information, to social media, to any of that. Take time to get right with yourself and get grounded. And that can be 3 minutes of deep breathing. That can be 5 minutes of staring at a candle. It doesn't have to be anything major.
I love that.
Yes.
We don't spend enough time by ourselves. We really don't. Not, with intention.
Yeah,
Of
or-
just being.
Without sound, without
Yeah.
music, without anything.
Yeah.
Yep. It's a lost art.
I love that. Well, Lila, thank you so much. Where can people find you?
So I'm at thelivingwellnesslounge.com. That's the best place to find me. You can find all my socials and contact information on there. And yes,
Okay. Well, thank you for doing this.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, of course.
It's great to meet you.
Yeah, you too. All right, we'll see you all next time.